Here's my review of the RB Customs Superpowers Dr. Fate action figure. And as one of the early members of the JLI, he was only in there for a couple of issues, but I had to make sure that I got Dr. Fate, and really actually wished he had a bigger role in the Justice League International back in the day. However, it was pretty short-lived, his run, and we sort of got what we got, but he reappeared as a guest star and then also reappeared in female form as Inza Nelson took over the character of Dr. Fate later on. I really love what Rowan Bella was able to do here. You'll see a couple things here. Number one, probably right off the bat, the thing that's very striking is that the cape is not using the C-clamp. It goes underneath the collar, and this collar, very difficult to remove, and to get that cape underneath, that is a pretty difficult trick to be able to do and do it successfully, consistently. In addition, you'll see that the amulet itself has been removed and re-sculpted, re-added to this figure as a separate piece, which is very cool. There have also been a couple of little touches to the mask along the way to make it more streamlined. And again, just makes a very sort of striking figure. In this case, what I had him do was, instead of using the traditional yellow, I do like metallics when they're well done. I wanted to see a version of this that was in the gold metallic with still the same sort of light blue. By the way, total aside, but I do love the Earth 2 Batgirl that was, not Batgirl, that was in the last video. I do love the Earth 2 Dr. Fate that was introduced about 12 years ago or so. And really, if you look at that Dr. Fate, I think that's sort of the most fully realized version of the character. It has a lot of the gold still attached to it that you see here, but it's much more intricate, and there's sort of a dark blue, almost black, sort of look at the universe type color when you see the arms, legs, and torso. So a little bit more fully realized figure of Dr. Fate that at some point I'd love to have as a figure, but for now the classic will do just fine. And again, a key here, I know this is a challenge early on. Roan at RB Customs had to go and find a cape color that would match effectively, and was able to do that very, very nicely with the particular gold that we wanted here. So I don't have a picture here of the entire JLI, and I haven't added Barda and Oberon yet, but those are a couple that I want to add in the near future. And when I say JLI, I am excluding Justice League Europe at this point, but in the near future, I will show a nice group shot of all these figures that RB Customs has done such a wonderful job at recreating. The, even without a fully realized Oberon and Barda from him. But this kind of brings me to the end of JLI for now. And what that means is, as I mentioned in my previous video, focusing a little bit more on the satellite era Justice League to get that to completion, and sort of satellite adjacent characters to get those to completion before diving deeper into some of the Super Friends characters that were produced, and many of the DC villains that were in the main line and in the Super Friends line as well. So hats off again to RB Customs, and if you're interested in having him make a custom for you, the link to him is in the bio. And if he wants something again that's very, very unique, customized to you, it is probably more pricey than other customs that you may have purchased in the past, but it's definitely for people that want to get something that is truly unique and probably the most idealized version of anything created in the Superpowers line. So please feel free to leave your comments below and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.